and how you would help them to adjust if they, made that mistake.
So there's three big mistakes that I see when I'm coaching other business owners with our business strategy division. The first thing that they miss is, like you said, you have to train yourself to become dynamic. Some of the most dangerous words that I hear in business is, well, we've always done it this way. And when I hear that, it's like, oh no, I cringe. We have always done it this way. And I'm not saying we go in and change everything, but we need to train ourselves to be ready for challenges to approach every day, for failures to happen. That helps us to sharpen our problem solving skills. So when we're practicing daily, and that could be little things like adjusting your routine when you're not used to doing it that way, or something that pushes you out of your comfort zone and makes you think a little bit outside the box, or reroute, if you will, back to the GPS scenario. But a big thing is, people say, well, it's worked for 30 years, so we're just going to keep it. We should be constantly analyzing and reanalyzing. And even if it worked for 30 years, even if it's working great, we should still look at it and consider, is there anything we can do better? Is there anything I can improve upon? And based on what I've learned, like you said, with all those failures that you're going to encounter, little or big or both, you should be able to take something away from each of those and be able to apply it later, or at least use that perspective that you gained and be able to adjust products, services, the way something's done, a process, etc. So that's the first big oversight, is not training ourselves to become dynamic and becoming too comfortable and saying, well, we hit the mark. Hitting the mark does not mean we should stop there. And then another big, I don't want to say pitfall, or something that I've noted that myself even we can struggle with, is going to be getting caught up in the day-to-day and forgetting that our business is people. I don't care what it is you do, your business is people. It's your team. And even if you're a solopreneur, if you want to scale, you're eventually going to have resources outside of yourself. So whoever that may be, your team, it's about people, right? It's not about the number. I mean, it's about the numbers, but it's about the people. If you build a strong team, that team will build your business. So people say, oh no, I don't have time for the team, I have to build my business. If you build the team, they will build your business if you do it right. So investing in your team, giving them that support, giving them the training, the mentoring, the things that they need to be successful, that's one person focus. The other focus, people-wise, is going to be your clients and your customers. If your ear is not to the ground, if you're not focused on knowing everything about your ideal customer or client, pain points, challenges, desires, things that keep them up at night, if you cannot get yourself into their shoes and see from their lens, you're going to have a really hard time serving them up on the silver platter exactly what they want, and being a product or a service that is their go-to, that fills their needs, that fills the gap. So that's another big piece of the people. And then the third piece, the third piece of people that is missed there is networking. I cannot tell you how many times I'm coaching or putting together a business strategy, and the business owner will tell me, oh, Christy, I don't have time for networking. I'm running a business. Well, people are your business, and it's all about who you know and how you can connect to people. That's what's going to determine how successful you are. So I would recommend finding networking events or networking opportunities. It doesn't even have to be a big event, just a networking opportunity. Now with LinkedIn and all of the social media availability, you can join forums, groups, you can provide your perspective and learn so much from other people. You can provide so much value to other people, and those connections are going to be really important in building your business. The more people you know, the more you're able to leverage those relationships to be advantageous for both of you. So big thing that's missed is not networking or saying, I don't have time, I have to work in the business. but the goal is to ultimately work on the business, not in the business, right? If you want to grow to the right size, if you want to grow to the right level that you're looking to get to. So in order to do that, you need to expand your network and have that help, have that support, have those potential clients, referrals, customers. I found that that's been the main driver behind many of our business starts. When we started an IT company back in 2016, it's now part of Next Level, but it was Woo's IT. It grew from 0 to 7 figures in the first 20 months without spending a dime on marketing. It was all network referrals and building that network, and that strong network we had served as the infrastructure to build from there and expand other business. So yes, you do need sales and marketing at some point to scale. You do need those things, but if you don't have the network in place as a foundation, it's going to be tough to grow. So those are the 3 big oversights or big misses: is not training ourselves to be dynamic, getting comfortable. That's super dangerous as a CEO. Never get comfortable. And be ready, expecting to pivot. Always look at what we can be improving or changing. And then people. Remember that your business, your focus should be people, not the business, not the numbers, not yourself, not what you can produce, not what services you do. People. How are you serving others, clients and customers? How are you serving your team? Because again, build your team, they'll build your business. And how are you networking and providing value in that network? How is that outreach going with others? And what are you learning from others? So in my opinion, those are some of the biggest misses I see. Well, I think one of the biggest trends, I think we've all heard now, AI, and how it integrates into business, what it's used for, what it's going to take over, what it's not going to take over. So I'll be honest, I think the most important thing to remember with this new AI trend that's emerging, or I guess it's emerged, it's now emerging further into every single business, is going to be remembering that AI is still a tool. It's not a replacement for human intelligence and creativity. I like to think of it as a really powerful assistant that we should absolutely leverage. It's going to enhance our capabilities, not overshadow them. So while it might replace certain tasks, it doesn't replace the need, at least at this point, for that humanized side of things. There's no magic wand. AI needs humanized guidance to truly be effective. I always tell my team, they've played around with things like ChatGPT, and we actually, one of our programs that we offer clients in digital marketing is an embedded link that goes on their website, and it's AI. It learns their business in 30 seconds, and it acts as a really fantastic sales and marketing assistant, and it does everything with social media, and it's creating things, and it's optimizing their SEO, and it's really neat. So we want to stay on top of the trends, and we want to run with those and integrate them as applicable to our business. But I always tell people, it's when we play around with ChatGPT and things, it's only as good as the prompt you give it. So the output from AI is only going to be as good as the input it gets from the human. So no magic wand. It needs that human touch to it. But as leaders, our role in preparing for this AI-driven future world is going to be embracing that learning curve. And again, we talked earlier about one of the things that's an easy pitfall for CEOs to fall into, and that's that comfortable feeling. For a lot of business owners that I coach, they're a little uncomfortable with AI or with learning, or they say, well, I'm not technical. It's really about staying informed, understanding how AI can be integrated into our businesses to help, and getting ahead of those trends. We also don't want to lose sight of, like I said, that human element. It can crunch numbers, it can predict trends, but it can't replace the understanding and creative problem solving that a human can. So the goal is to use it to amplify our human strengths, right? A really great assistant, not replace the personal touch that's vital in business, but to use it as, really leverage in your business to be on the cutting edge. So I'd say invest in understanding it. Start training yourself and your teams. There's so many free resources out there. You can go to YouTube, you can go, like I said, different groups within social media platforms, including LinkedIn, and you can join in the conversations. You can learn, you can watch how it works, and then look at how you can strategically integrate some AI tools that make sense into your processes, and how we can enhance, not replace, but enhance that value that our people bring to the business. So I think that's how we're going to stay competitive. That's the trend I see, is that we absolutely have to get on board. We have to integrate it where it makes sense to optimize our business and to leverage the creativity within our team.
So, and I think hopefully it's valuable to you. Hopefully you can be able to use it to help grow your business and kind of go from there.
Well, either way, it's been great connecting and meeting you almost in person, kind of. So that's always exciting. So definitely stay in touch, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. Hopefully this, like, one other thing that we feel like these will do is it'll put people in front of the customers that are coming in, so they can see you and go, oh wait, you know what, I really would like to work with Christy. So let's try and coordinate that. So fingers crossed it can kind of help out in that way too. Otherwise, it's just more content for the noise.
Yes. Fantastic.
It'll be good noise. So, all right.
It's good.
Well, thanks, Christy. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll be in touch.